Hi guys, I hope you're well. Today I am making a new video and a new build. Today I'm building a bakery and a shell, or I don't know what this building is called, but in my head when I think about a bakery I always think those type of bakeries and shops that are located on the first floor of some apartment buildings, and especially these older looking ones that you can find in a lot of different older cities. Like in Helsinki we have buildings like these, and I'm sure there's a lot in London and especially in Amsterdam. So the vibe I was going for was this kind of old looking apartment building with this shop on the first floor. So I didn't go into detail of making this actual building. I showed you just the shell of it, and then the only thing I decorated was the outside. So the insides are completely empty besides the bakery part of it. I wanted to make it look still alive and I don't know, like it could be livable, but then also be functional in The Sims, because obviously we can't have multifunctional lots in The Sims. We only have residential or these different shop things, whatever they're called. I can't remember. But yeah, I went with this bakery. I especially love it at night or early in the morning. It looks so cute. And whenever the lighting hits the walls of the house or the apartment, it looks really cool. I wanted to keep the bakery very simple and kinda traditional. I just went with what I had in my head. I didn't have any specific reference pictures or anything. I just went with what came to mind and with memories. So this is kind of like bakery slash cafe type of shop. So technically it is a cafe because we can't make specifically bakeries in The Sims. So I had to place some of the items you need to run a cafe. And I also placed some menus behind the counter to make it look like you could order stuff from there, and you had those menus on the wall up there. And I accidentally used the counter for the store counter for the counter in there. They have a cafe specific counter, but I didn't find it while I was building, and I only placed it in the lot inside of the other apartment when I downloaded this into the gallery. My gallery ID is MsIsabelAurora, and you can find this build in there if you'd like to download it, and you can renovate the inside however you want. If you want it to be a functional cafe, just switch the counter to a cafe specific one. But other than that, it should be functional and normal cafe. Often when I'm building, I put all the things I will need in the build whenever I find them to the build. Like here I placed all of the debug items in there. That's just because of the listing, or the thing where, like the list where all the items are. It's very confusing and so small that it's very hard to find anything, and it's easy to miss certain objects, so I often just place everything I think I will need into the build and then just organize them when I'm done. But this time I didn't know that debug objects sometimes can only be placed once and then can't be deleted or moved. So yeah, I was stuck with these two baking trays on the floor that I couldn't get anywhere because I've spent so long placing all the other debug objects on the counters and inside the little like display fridges, because I didn't have the patience or time to actually go and bake all the cupcakes and all. So I just ended up placing the debug cupcakes that you see in there to make it at least seem like a bakery. So yeah, I'm sorry that there's the trays. I tried to delete them and go back and everything, but it was just not happening and I couldn't delete them. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I went back and forth with the coloring of this bakery. I wanted it to be very clean looking and light and very like, I don't know, homey, but kind of vintagey, I don't know. And first I tried with the whites and thought I could use some other paintings and rugs and etc. to make it more colorful, but it ended up looking too white and too plain. So I switched up the flooring after I placed some tables and chairs in there to make it at least, I don't know, it looked too white and sterile for me, so yeah. I also kept the artwork very simple and minimal. I didn't want it to look too crowded and too like messy, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's also very bright because I ended up placing ceiling lights on top of all the tables. It's a very common thing in Finland, at least. I don't know if it's in other places, but here where I am, whenever I go into a cafe, there's usually lights on top of every table. I don't know why it is like that. Maybe it's a little excessive, but it's just what I'm used to, so I thought I'd do it here as well. So if you place this lot and play with it, you should probably dim the lights down a bit. You can do that on live mode, not in build mode, so that's why I didn't do that. But at least you can see what you're eating. Am I right? If you want, you can also download this and build an apartment to either side of the build. You can't live in there permanently. As I said, multifunctional lots aren't a thing in The Sims, at least if you don't have any mods. But what you can do is just stay there as long as you can and and have an apartment there so you can sleep and eat and all that. And just lock the doors so no customers go up to your room. That's at least what I would do if I'd play in this, because I really like the idea of making a shop or a bakery or anything like that downstairs and then living upstairs on top of it. I don't know why I like that idea, but I've always wanted to do that in The Sims and never could, so that's kind of annoying, but at least it's kind of possible. It's like, if you have imagination, you can do that. So yeah, and also I forgot about the bathroom, so I just extended the bathroom onto the next like apartment bit of this build. It doesn't really matter because nobody's living in here. I hope you liked this build, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. I usually don't make public lots. Actually, this probably is my first public lot. I'm not sure. I may have made an art gallery once, but I usually don't do public lots, so this was kind of an interesting experience for me. It wasn't that big of a build, so it's not that difficult to make this, and I really enjoyed it actually, which is odd because I usually don't. I don't know, I just like making houses and homes. And if you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe and join our little family here. And also, I do stream on Twitch, so if you're interested, I have all my social links down in the description. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're interested. And I do stream other games as well. I have been streaming Ooblets and Zelda, and possibly starting a new game soon. So if you're interested in that, please join our little family there. I think that's all. So this is the finished build. As I said, I didn't include the whole making of the building. If you want me to do that, I can make an apartment build. It's gonna be a very ambitious task, so I would probably do it in parts. But comment down below if you'd like for me to do this kind of apartment build and make it just an apartment or multiple apartments. I hope you have an amazing day or night and week or weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!